We have Ashby Jones with us because what we're going to talk about here first is this story just hit the tape. The Justice Department suing some of the big book publishers and Apple. Explain to us what's going on.
Right, we've known that this has been on the Justice Department's sort of list for a long time. They've been looking into pricing in the ebook market for some time. Today the news breaks. It looks like that they have not been able to come to an agreement with Apple, so they it looks like a suit has been filed. Now, what's really going on here? A few years ago, when ebooks were sort of just on the cusp of booming, Apple apparently made an arrangement with several publishers, several of the other publishers that are going to be named in this lawsuit, whereby they said, okay, we want you guys to price at whatever you'd like to do. Wanted to give the publishers pricing power rather than give the pricing power to the retailers like Apple and Amazon and others. And the Justice Department, it's pretty clear now, didn't really like that so much because it looked like collusion. It looked like some sort of arrangement, price fixing, right, which is a violation of the antitrust laws. So, so that's what's going on. It looks like some of the publishers might agree to settle the allegations, but Apple, it appears right now, is going to fight these charges.
Yeah, and the government is pursuing monetary damages, presumably in this, and a change in conduct.
That's right. I mean, the government will pursue monetary damages. It's dicey business when you get into antitrust, when you lock horns with the government over antitrust, because they have a lot of money, they can go after you hard, and damages tend to be very high, and they're tripled. There's a provision in the antitrust laws that trebles, which means triples everything that they can prove. So damages can get pretty steep in these cases. But if there's one company who can afford to fight these, it's probably Apple these days.
Now, how much of this mirrors what went on with the music industry, and how is it different? Because it seems like Apple came up, when they had iTunes, they came up with the 99-cent song, and they sort of set a standard. But I don't recall this kind of price-fixing allegations going on with the record industries. No, why is this different
That's
now?
right. I mean, my understanding is that there were individual and independently made agreements with all of the record companies. There wasn't this kind of big omnibus agreement between Apple and all of the publishers at the same time. It's not so much, I think, that the government is concerned with what Apple did, although they're the ones named in the suit, but the publishers. But Apple sort of facilitating a price-fixing agreement between the publishers, and I don't think that happened with the music industry.
And yet the publishers have to be, rankling at this, because publishers, their margins got destroyed with the advent of ebooks. I mean, all of a sudden you went from selling a hardcover book for $27 or $29 to selling an ebook for $9.99. So the publishers tried to negotiate some deal that would give them some continuing authority over what they were doing, and their margins have just been crushed. The publishing industry, is basically just sucking wind here.
Yeah. They can't catch a break. The one ray of light, I think, in the publishing industry is that people have taken to ebooks. That people do buy Kindles and they do buy ebooks, and the numbers, the sales numbers are a little bit up. But you're right, the margins are just nothing. So, so they
because
are kind of
people
sucking
are
wind.
used to getting electronic content for free.
Right.
And of course,
that's right.
We don't have the time, we have to leave it there, but I mean, this is all in reaction to Amazon, really. I mean, Amazon was the one that came in.
Yeah, why isn't Amazon named in the suit?
Well, because Amazon has this free and open model, right? They're more so than Apple. And they have anyone can upload a book, anyone can charge what they want. The publishers can charge $99. But I mean, basically, on Amazon, if you wanted to write a book, you don't need a publisher, and you can set your own price. And that, I think, is what the publishers really fear. That is their real death knell. They'll have no control whatsoever.
Right. And Apple just has a tighter model with their pricing for kind of everything than Amazon does.
Yeah. But anyhow, I have to leave it there. Ashby, thanks for coming up. I know you came up with the last second. Appreciate it.
No problem.